Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope we're all doing well. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about, as you can see by the title, they are not your friends. So as you can probably tell, we're going to be talking about why the people you associate as your friends are not actually your friends. And it's something I've kind of like dealt with significantly throughout my life. Kind of like dealing with people who I thought were my friends, but now like I look back with a lot of self-reflection, a lot of growth, a lot of self-awareness. That these people weren't my friends, and I've now kind of feel like I've reached a stage where I've found people that I believe like are genuinely my friends. They genuinely care about me. They genuinely have my best interests at heart, and I genuinely feel like I could spend time with them doing whatever that may be. The thing is, you think you're friends because you like do the same things. Oh, we like partying, we like taking drugs. That you don't enjoy spending time with them. It's the the stimulation, whatever it is that you're doing, that's what makes you want to do it. I see this with so many young people. I think it's like really common at like university, and I kind of fell into this trap somewhat too. There was people who I'd like spend time with, I'd like go out with, and we'd be like all mates and be like, oh yeah, this is so good, yeah, we're having a great time, like oh we're drinking and all of this. But then we'd like sit down, have a conversation, and there was nothing. There was no compatibility. We were just two different people. And like now, I'm not at uni anymore. So I've made videos about. I know that they're not my friends, and I realised kind of the friendship group I kind of had at school and even past that, even like a year ago. They're not my friends. They're not my friends anymore. They weren't my friends at the time, and they never will be. But I just you don't know this because you like spend time together and you do the same stuff together and you think they're your friends, but you take away whatever it is you're doing, drugs, drinking, video games. I don't know what else it is for you, but something along those lines. Some stimulation that you could kind of do with anyone. But maybe you've been friends with them from school and you just like have always liked doing the same thing, so you kind of just carried that on all together. Um, but they're not like your real friends, and like I know a lot of people watching this will definitely have someone in mind, probably by the title of this video, where they probably think, oh, are they really my friend? Are they really or not? Um, so for me, like I want to like make it clear what I like kind of see a friend, what makes up like a good friend. So for me it's like someone I could do anything with, where there's no stimulation involved, because I mean I don't live that lifestyle anymore anyway. I literally rarely drink at all. I don't take drugs, I don't play video games, I don't do any of that shit. So like any of my friends now, if they want to be friends with me, they have to do stuff where it's kind of just like there's nothing like that involved. We go to the gym, we'll like go for food, maybe just like walking and stuff, just spending time together in nature, stuff like that. So like I kind of like know that these like people are genuine, and we would do like multiple variety different stuff together. Um, Whereas in the past I've just known when we've been in the environment when there's stimulation involved, then we would like get along and be like, oh, like you're my best mate. Oh, I'm sure you've heard that when you've been out. You'd be like, oh mate, I love you, mate. I'm just like, even like back then, I'll be like, yeah, of course you do. Like you don't like you next day you don't even speak to me. You can't even hold eye contact with me or anything like that. But then yeah, I remember like a time, and then we'd like go to something completely sober, and it was dead. Like we didn't have anything to talk about. And this is not just a one-off. It's like happens so many times, and it happens with so many people. But so many people don't realize this, and they just want to cope. And they'll be friends with the same people throughout their life because they're scared. They're scared to change, and they're scared to be who they truly are, and find people who are truly compatible to them. Because as I mentioned, this is quite a similar video to where I made "You Will Outgrow Them." I'll leave a link to that below, where I'm like, I see so many people that just stick with the same group that they've always been friends with in school, and that means that they haven't really grown themselves because they've just been stuck in the same environment. And that old phrase is just so true. You're a product of your five closest surroundings. and all these people, like a lot of people cope. And I remember when I was like in a group and there was like one or two of the guys who were kind of on self-improvement, and they were like, oh, like, oh, I kind of want to be with higher level people. These people are not going to get me to where I want to be. I don't really want to be spending time with them because I know they're gonna not going to get me to where I want to be. They're going to end up dragging me down. But he was like, oh yeah, but I like spending time, or it's like funny with them. I'm like, I just knew like it just doesn't work. Like, you can try and cope as much as you want, but if those friends are like going out drinking, you're always going to be a lot more likely to go out with them and do the same thing, regardless if you do it like less or you say you won't. There's always a higher chance and that you do that than the guy who's just not friends with those people, who has friends who like work on businesses, work on improving themselves, going to the gym every day. Like, those guys are going to be so far ahead of you. And honestly, like, it is truly special to find people who are like really on your same wavelength, and like who, like you could like rely on them. They've got your back. Like, I remember like a time I've mentioned before, about a year and a half ago, I was in town and then I got like jumped. So like a few like people just came and like just beat me up. It was a really bad time, and I was badly like, I was battered really, and I was with people that I thought were my friends, and like they just like watched me stand there and like just let it happen. And I tell this story to people who like are genuinely like my friends now, and they can't believe it. They like, I just know, and I know they'd be like, oh, they're just saying that, but I know them. I just know that they wouldn't let that happen because I know their morals, I know their values, and like I just know it's just so different to these guys. Like, I just don't want friends like that. Like, I could never let that happen to any of my friends. I don't even if it were my friend, like, my morals and values are just, I've just been brought up to know better than that. I'd never let my friend just like watch them just get beaten up. I just, what at the time I didn't really think too much of it. I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I can kind of somewhat understand. But even at the time, I was a bit like I can't believe it. But now, like, I'm not friends with these guys. I'm like fuck you. Like, you watched me got beaten up, and then like they didn't even like say anything after. I'm just like fuck you. Like, and you're meant to be my friend, and I'm just like, I can't believe like I let stuff like that slide. And there's probably moments like that if you're at a stage where I was, when you'll look back and be like, I can't believe they did me dirty. They were so sly to me. And I have like so many of those moments, and it's kind of when you have to like take a step back. And I feel like the thing you need to do is you got to remove yourself from those surroundings, that environment first, because obviously everyone wants high level people to be more successful, more money, more women, all of that. Of course, everyone wants that, but why would they want to be friends with you? Me, I've got to a good level now. Why would I be wanting to be friends with you if you're a loser? You're playing video games and you say, I want to meet high level people. Well, no, I'm not going to be friends with you, am I? Like, I've worked my way up to get here. Like, fuck you. You've not put in anything. If you want to be friends with me, work on yourself too. Get to my level, and then we can become friends. Like, they're not. It's just not going to happen, is it? You've got to improve yourself. You've got to add value to their life if you want to seek value from them. Like, it works both ways, guys. Like, it's as simple as that. Um, and yeah, I think that's kind of like a sum of like the friends you have is kind of what you offer to them. Is probably like, if they're not like great people, you probably don't offer a lot to them. They don't offer a lot to you. That's probably what you deserve. I always think you're exactly where you deserve to be at life. And that's probably a reflection of like your friendship group. And if you like friends with these people, and you'd be like, oh yeah, but I work on myself at the same time, you're still going to be like somewhat tempted to go back to those old like habits and roots, and you're just not going to attract the same level people. Whereas if you just like spend a bit of time just like on your own cutting these people off, because they're going to end up dragging you down in the meantime anyway. And if you want to improve yourself like seriously and like holistically for the rest of your life, why would you want to be surrounded by these people anyway? But like, I do really feel this is like such an important message, and if anyone dislikes this video, I know you're just trying to cope, and you know it's true. You know this is true. Like, it is so true. I see it so many times. And if you've not seen it yet, you will see it sometime. because everyone has those moments, and people they thought they were friends, but they're not. Like, I see so many people with people who be like, oh yeah, like that's my bestie, especially girls. I think they just love to gossip. Like, it's not that you like best mates with them. You both love to like gossip, or you both love to like whatever it may be. It's just like it's the drug or whatever stimulation it is that you want to do. It's not that you want to spend time with them. It could be anyone. As long as you've got that drug and stimulation there, you'll be happy. But it's just so true. It's just so true that so many people just they don't know who their real friends are, and they never will until they cut themselves out of this environment, and just focus on improving themselves and becoming that person they want to be and adding value. Because, like I say, guys, if you don't add value, why would someone want to be friends with you? Because you want something from being friends with them. Like that's kind of how it works. Like, well, you want to improve yourself, or they've got good traits that can kind of complement you. You've got to compliment them back and offer them something in return. It's just why would they be friends with you? They're going to have a lot more option, especially if they're high level. But I know a lot of people who watch this video will probably agree with me, and they're either at that stage now where they've realised this, but they haven't maybe quite made the change yet, but they really want to. And I've kind of said what you need to do in that aspect. Or there'll be people who have already done it, and they're like, yeah, you're bang on. Like, I remember I had these friends, and I look back now, and they weren't even my friends. They didn't even care about me. They didn't even ask how I'm doing. And then there'll be the people who don't want to admit this, but they're the ones that need to see this and need to listen to the message. Because like I feel it's a really important message, one of the best messages I'm kind of can send. And I honestly, I always want the best for my viewers and the best for anyone out there to improve themselves and become the best version of themselves. But that's never going to happen if you're friends with the wrong people and in the wrong environment. So yeah, I hope this message helps, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm really close to 100 subscribers now. Maybe before this video comes out I've hit it. If not, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. This is just a start, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.